Abusua, we are a whistle. We are sad news. We are sad news. Ebane sa atamfo enyaye but ye nipa eka nipa braba o se serade se omboa no. Ye maame vice president Professor Naana opokuan ajema ho komo na midi. Nyame emmoa no yesa MPP fo enyaye because maame ni mpo yes, in a home for Numpo, and no more confirming mammy no woo, mammy no woo. We are always say, mammy in his woo. Ya mammy, Nina say, Dr. Rain. But the Dr. Rain, no, you have got to Dr. Rain. Or say, ya confirming Professor Nano Pokuse when you stroke. I was say MPP, NDC for sure, no resigning, and as a woman resign, and as a so no one's on a person resigning there. Meraho because or say onim di nti aban no communicators ka say maame no ho ye meanwhile she's not well. Yes, she's not well. The information is that she's not yet well. Like this is not a mild stroke or say a severe stroke according to Dr. Ren. Enti Mr. say you better call Dr. Ren. Say what confirm me say when you stroke ni there. Though and Chelsea that's the end of everything, but she needs your prayers. She need my prayer. Let's pray for her. Because nipa nipa brabon because nipa wo ha impofrima de be beto. You are not too special. It's by the grace of God. Internal abusia me preach wa yenko tie Professor Nana Opoku Adjuma full details. We have full details from UK. Yes, because Dr. Ren or UK and as a US. And we full details. I'm sure. God bless you.
But the purpose of this particular video, no, say mema Ghana for ehunu no kreno. Na Ghana for so ide ate no kreno. Na obi ehunu de ekoso ewo oman Ghana. Enti, ladies and gentlemen, assemble na esi. Assembly is here, say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Babi PMO London, the President of Ghana, Ewo Town. Na enye boni no de bae. Oba besra ye Professor Naana Opoku Adjuma. Ye the Vice President of our dear Republic Ghana. Na me no ka say President Ababa Besra Professor Naana Opoku Adjuma. President John Mahama is in town. He's already in London. Now, the story no medema or no, and they say it's not looking good. TME, I'm being honest. Say them didn't catch no Newz be say I'm not that type of a person. We didn't Newz be say a better bunting. But I need to tell my fellow Ghanaians, my brothers and sisters, my countrymen. The story is a Professor Naana Opoku Adjuma. Ne honto no. Yare ni mu edin pa. Now, it is normal for any person to get sick. Ye TV CD den ye be yare. Den ye ho bedudu ye. Enye bone. Ewiase no so etim no so no, ye nyini a ye kɔ yanim no. Na ya hoɔden so ye den eti. Ye maame ye nyina anim sɛ ɔwɔ 70 plus years. Enti onye maame ketwa, onye sebio ababaawa a afen we si brabɔ no so. Wabɔbra. Osanso eye the number 2 important person of our country Ghana. Me no ka say the story no a me saka no say the health condition no and society. Na otiase utimi kasa utimi didi, but enya de obenya ho dene a odi baba be ye adwuma e de asom o man Ghana. And as I said, you be no, I see a kind of chronic children sending a bomb pie amanoa. You know exactly by our body amano. You go away who nipa corner area, who know prescription out of the mano. What you say? Aha. You can't say bomb pie, if you are bomb pie man in 9, as you may be a 9 a ya. If you are bomb pie man is sissy, as you be an enemy sissy in ya. Eti o bomb pie no a, as who baby have a bomb pie and apple. So be good son. So be call go to him. So be friend me. Now, Yamianim no krenie, the vice president, my Ghana. A man for Kasu, wakudu Ghana, there be. The krenie say, Baba, UK. When ya no one tono, tea, and number UK be. Me no kase dear. Or President John Mahama, Ababa Besran. Unia Hodin Saha, or UK Krumha. Unia Hodin. She suffered stroke. Yes, she suffered a severe stroke. Na, me no kase. It's sad to say, Uhunu anya ne da on sini ne da de enum te said the nke nyina ye pe no. I'm being measured in my conversation to Ghanaians. Because yes, I need a person ban. Ahodinu ni ho. Ahodini ni ho. Ye kan okre no a eye se ade no kre ni be siesie Ghana fo. Eye Ghana na as eye ye de yare siesie nipa. Etu beti se nipa no benya saa yare no okoni wo mu a. The Bible it is no news say the king of England or suffer from a year friend is saying cancer. Any news or be announced here. Enya dia abrochire no eye bibi ehunu because ye tiase se ye ne ye nipa die eye den a ye be yare. Ye tiase sa. Ba Ghana na se president bi ana vice president bi ana minister bi yare na ebetodwa na ye hu bi. And I think that I'm one of the journalists made kanya sa anu man me pese ye de ye twitwa so ko ye de ya ahaban mu no eti ana ahaban dada nso eti eto. But the way you know the Ukrainian woman say your vice president otiase na mum ahodin ni ho oyare a suffer stroke and inti and ene me no ka say your president wetu pa e de aba oba besra. Now me de me nkoma me de nam based on me fact am wo and me evidence am wo and he say ye ma me nyina di adanse se ne efi enye nani na efi ne na ye problem na mum ahodin no a eni ho no a ode beboa omampanyini amana ye na adwuma because me no kasi president and the vice president of the Republic of Ghana omunyina wo bi krum amanane normally nika president tu a na nka ba kwa hwe akire se vice president tu a na bia president so ofie aya na eye hardly so bomu so mumienu nyina etu abom banesa na say the speaker of parliament and the take charge very hardly ebi esida bin kan say bi esida ko for time oni aliu Mahama mututu kwan na eja ne eye speaker of parliament and na ehwe na chi ebi esida bin kan say bi esida. Now ebeya in my own opinion we ye me madwen kire min kan say sa na NDC fo nye min kan say sa na eye NDC for executives no party executive from chairman to the last person, our NDC man, and you can't say Sana Monye, Namunti. I'm sure the president himself wish and pray so hard. Say Professor Jina no Pokwajiman Beba Kandensa. Na wama bede wabe buano ma ye adwuma. But maybe a elkono de o wa hodene. But say one tenase no one focus no one gina home. Na obe pressure obe ba be boa JMA ahwenia na anko ne yi. We all saw what happened to your former president at Newz. The time I said go to me recover, no son who yare no. Na still our person ba no be ye adwuma de boa my Ghana. Edum pempen so bia now yare you need to take a friend is say a bold step and say I am going to resign and then focus on my health. And this news won't no baby, and nobody can tell me under the sun say unim they making, because it is a very secret information and I'm a day mouth. But I told you say in here in the United Kingdom, anybody, any Ghanaian official, I'll be by UK, I'll be so baby no me take because of Sebi Ojuma me yenti. Me a watchman. Into me watching call for what you say. My main friend on Tunche. That's just there, by the way. Now, on a more serious note, our Vice President, Professor Nana Opokwajiman, she suffered stroke, a severe one. Obi suffer stroke, aya shede nim senior. Kennedy Akompre Kwe Japan was suffer stroke da. And yes, will be say, me say, Dr. Red, me new be the background, me say, eti can kase me say, Honorable Kennedy Akompre Kwe Japan was suffer stroke da. What you say? Somewhere in the early 2000s or suffer stroke. Namia da Roma and then the what you say? The same thing na. Made Professor Jin Nana Opokwajiman suffer stroke no. Obenya hodini. Nemum ahodini no obenya no. I just saw Tony Boasi. No recover fully. And I'm not sure say the recovery will be just a year or two. It can also happen. Miracles, I believe in. I'm a Christian. I believe in miracles. But from where it is going in the age, our woman, said you will function as a vice president. I wish Senka wow didn't the vast experience and it would donate tima or walk edema Ghana nankwa baba beboy. Ofa a year a friend is saying a year this party ya lanchi ya na ye ono nanko baba de obe pa ho ntuma a year sanitary party ya president call a lanchi ya no to ekosuri or to sanitary party no ko wiem no na ye Professor Jina no Pokwajiman na ke baba de obabe lanchi but enam ne yare nti ne honto nti. Then President Mahama had to step in for her. So I am saying, say, our vice president need a proper rest. Now, she has been on a campaign since politics, and we know how women, our mothers, especially those that are single parenting, Ghana, emotionally, physically, psychologically, we know what they go through. Ayadumbi, and then they wait to do 70 plus or be a vice president, and then the mountain ball. So to me, to the NDC executives, from the chairman, I see a dunketia. Asama me too many say it's time. Say money a Professor Jina no Pokwajiman be din komo. Na me gidi se maame no so oye obi a otiasem. And I call her mom because Kivas for the omeka chiro so oye maame baako oba time pa. To my own mom, Professor Jina no Pokwajiman. I think that this is the time that you tell the nation that yes, you thank them for allowing you to become a vice president, but because of your health, you cannot function like the way Ghanaians will wish. Function. And because of that, on this note, you want to resign as the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. It will help you yourself. It will help in your own health. I think that even when you are on your recovery bed, it can still assist. But a vice president, especially a nation Ghana, it demands a lot. And we all know a lot is already on your table. And sampo and sana obey area and oba bruche. I know, and I've said it here, breaking it to Ghanaians, that you suffered stroke. It is nothing bad. Me recently, as a young man and a strong man, I suffered stroke recently, a mild one, mild stroke. And my doctor told me, said, I should come down. And, it happens. Me cry, me young, me strong. The stroke, no. I am mild, severe. The facial structure no cry assessant. Kennedy was suffer stroke that it won the facial structure say assessant. Ukofa Kennedy picture now for time I'll suffer a stroke now you will see. And the facial structure assessant. To me, she will do Ghana good. Say obe resigning na yafa any other person. And that is the gospel truth. Now, mameka will be show. Me and some na make no. I hear me doing some make. Me have suffered stroke before, recently. And tell you, recently I suffered stroke. And it will be good. And I know President Mahama is in town. He's in London. And I know President Mahama will wish to say, but I think President Mahama, media mesre say, dear who ye be in your own. Say, I know. Cross me information and me crano. No. You shed tears. What you say? You held her hands and you prayed for her. You wish, say, but let us all be honest. You don't pempen so be ye age cry a woman. Now me cry me ya branty cry recently me my cat just in my suffer stroke. One of my friends those days 4 years ago, the same thing. On the crowd the British Army or free mu pie ye by ya 10. That Wakwako in a Marco school, where ye school rounds, a healthy young guy, a lieutenant in the British Army. Wakwabad in a Marco Baba, nice boy, handsome guy. Down the near branch, Nodna, 10 gram, and we trash. What you see? We trash ya. Gigi Roshi no on also the severe stroke. I hear pressure no so. Pressure the door so. But dream baby I know what doing the pound. I am not pressure no womb. It's when the yentiasi. Na any dear mua. Ebe kind one pipe, but maybe go swab on pipe. What you see out, Sebu, Yamin to some friendly. Ebe go swab on pipe, man, say, Obenya wantany. Nick kind thing, but I say, and that is the gospel truth. Nick Canadian, Edney, Emidney, Manuel. Do some but I have to say it. Ebe boy Ghana na obi yare na I say I problematic. Oba brocha. Now ye serve the people. Now we are here. Enya boni ye di tuda. Sani mi din kan o hene pon a United Kingdom. A wo hwe kuro mako fork so. Eye King Charles. maybe a chain, or by announcers or cancer. Dear Bompire, your Bompire Kaino, Sanyan Coupon, and I don't know man, I didn't win in check. It's in Yadia BBA, Titru ya mammy with nymphy 70 years, maybe papa or woman, when 70 years. 20. Mammy, Yamia in Shrawaya, dear. But Domino, a man of ordinary baby do 70, and yet chilly. Yes, I need a pen. But a Jumanus. A Jumana precious, a woman. A big camel. Occupational hazards, a big camel. What you say? Tea, we dear. And this for Monshe. Na, and it dear more. Yama mamma engine at home. I thought so I was diagnosed with hypertension, high blood pressure when I was 16. I started taking nifedins as a maintenance medication when I was 18. Still even with the medicine, I have symptoms of hypertension. It was also sharing there. So this is a friend is saying. The news are me break Ghana for you now. I am not here to campaign for any person. A befanas, say my many resign. A befanas, a running mate. But I think say it will be fair. Say Abia and they say my many resign. Yeah, Professor Jina no Pukwajiman, a wise, noble Ghanaian, a woman of valor, a complete woman, a woman of intellect. We decided so by handing the glass. No focus. Na wa recover. Na no one tunnel. I mean, I think it's a John Mahama can equally person as the vice president. This is a young, vibrant man who also comes from the central region, who is also very knowledgeable, very, very smart. Ufa two force in Kradia, MPP and the MPP no. Omuni bibia beka. Omkofa Baumia, 2,000 is far better than Baumia. Kennedy the Bombo at 2,000 is more better than Kennedy. He's also young. He's a smart guy. He's very intelligent. John Mahama can work with Atu-Forsen, and I know how John Mahama loves Atu-Forsen. What you see? And Atu-Forsen is also a darling boy of Professor Jina no Pokwajiman. I am only sharing my opinion. I'm not saying it's a Tinchine Chansana. NDC form ponkoye. But a cobani se ma mena ho odene entimi man a kwan. E ma ne entimi nye na dwuma. I think say Atu-Forsen can step in and do a very good job as a vice president of the Republic of Ghana. This is my opinion. And yet chinchine han. Otiasie. Go baby edune there. Look, I will be honest with you. Since day one, ma mene ba ya omo try something they call Ghana ni nyina. I've been following events, and I know there is. I don't know why the government feel pressured. Say, you catch the Ghana for some man what on. I just don't understand. Those kind of a friend is saying, "The announce be what no." I just don't understand this NDC. What do you say? It's me, I'm only sharing my opinion. What do you say? And the reason why I make us say, Atu-Forsen, and say John Mahama, if you are Kunyaswa, Atu-Forsen can be a very good face for the NDC. It be a bit to team up with either Okujeto Ablakwa or Haruna Idrisu for 2028. I'm only sharing my opinion. Again, my opinion, and yeah. Chinchine try say NDC form fa. But maybe I am mommy or we. I want in swati. Yempena on one kasa enye the people good. And I know president is in town. Omun come on send you go see biano. Me ba be catch. Send you go see come on go see biano. Me ba be catch. What you say? Aha. Ladies and gentlemen, a video when I only came to talk about my mom, Professor Naana Opokwajiman. For many of us, she is an inspiration. For many of us, we know her works. Ediama eye ewiase. You might be brave. So clearly in him. I know, sir, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, NDC.